Hello, Larisha. How you doing? Got your. As I was reading your written rationale, and I think that you're onto some things here. This is good. Thank you for including your thoughts and your reasoning behind the process. So that's fantastic. Keep that up in all your projects, not in just this class, but in all your classes. It's really important for you to be able to communicate your intent as a designer. So definitely keep that up. Good job. Let's go ahead and jump over to the ad. All right, now you said something in your writing that it makes a lot of sense, and you were talking about these kind of these boxes or blocks that you're putting your typography in, and I think that a lot of young designers want to put things and compartmentalize things, and really, in reality, what you want to do is you want to allow the ad to breathe and live within itself as opposed to isolating things. Right now, it's very fragmented, and the reason being is exactly what you said in when you stated that didn't want just a big colored box behind the text. Yes, this is a superior approach. However, I still think it still isolates the text too much, separating it from the background, creating a degree of separation that impedes complete harmony in the page. So I recommend removing those boxes. Okay. Try removing the boxes completely. If the type is just not legible at all, just use this like very almost transparent portion just to add a little bit of substance to the background, separating a little bit from the background so that the text is visible. I don't think you're going to need to do it, but you may. So other than that, I think that the ad is good. So right now, as I said there's basically four areas of the ad that are kind of not working in concert. It's this area, this area, this area, and then the bottom. It seems like four different components that aren't integrated seamlessly. So what we need to do is integrate those seamlessly by removing these boxes. Okay, now let's start with the bottom of the ad. If we take this logo and move it over to the right-hand side, I think that the crystals at the bottom of the ad are great. I think they're fine because they're also going to allow you to place this text here while it's still visible. So we'll take this logo, place it on the right-hand side, move the text, remove the box behind the contact information, just move the contact information down here. At that point, what I would do is I would move this in a little bit. I think you're a little close to the edge there. Maybe move it in something like that. Then align your subhead left. I think it'd be better to left align it to the headline. Also, I think that the headline text is a little bit large. I would reduce that by a few points. The relationship between the subhead and the headline is such that the subhead is almost it seems like an afterthought because it's so small compared to the headline. So decrease the size of the headline and or increase the size of the subhead. That may entail having to bring the subhead down to 2 lines as opposed to 1. There's a little black period here on the subhead right there. You can see it, and right there, see it? So you definitely want to address that. So headline, subhead. Then I think the body copy, the character count is too long. I think this is just too long. I would reduce the width of that body copy and align it to something. So let's say after you recompose, you'll do something like this. So align it to something. Make sure something's always aligned to something. And so what I would say is a good spot is probably the F right here, the end of the A or the beginning of the F right there, or maybe even the beginning of the H right here. Just follow that line down. Start your text box right there. And then try to work that text so it's visible without the background. If you need the background, make sure you keep the transparent side of the background instead of the opaque side. I think that's just too weighty. So, and then I would just, if you're going to use that little box behind the type, just use it behind the type box itself. Don't use it across the entire width of the ad. Other than that, I think you're looking great. I mean, the good job with masking the crystals. The background image, I think, is the adjustments are beautiful. I think that we've got maintaining detail in all of the shadow and highlight areas, so that's fantastic. Great adjustments there. So it's really just a matter of recomposing the ad, and I think that it would probably be wise to do that before you start the banner ad because you'll want to incorporate the changes, and you'll want to use this magazine ad as a basic foundation for the banner ad. So there's got to be a high degree of consistency between the two. So it would stand a reason to finish this, get this settled, and then use that to move on to your banner ad. So let's go ahead and make those changes as soon as possible. If you want to resubmit and run it by me, or if you want to post to the general questions area, whatever you want, I'll be glad to take another look at it when you make those adjustments. All right. Thanks very much. Good job.